Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlyn and this is Sewn on the Tyne. So I'm back with another video and this time it's going to be my February makes. So everything I made in February, which isn't actually very much, but never mind. And also I'm going to run you through some of my favourite things of the month. Some of them are a little bit random, but hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. First of all, to say what I'm wearing, this is a ready to wear jumper. I don't knit, so this is a jumper from Marks and Spencer's. But my mum bought me this for Christmas and I adore it. I love the colour, I love the style. And with the jumper I'm wearing a skirt that I made, which is one of the things I made in February. I'll insert a picture or a little video here of me wearing it so you can see, but it's the Tilly and the Buttons Ness mini skirt in a beautiful floral fabric from Lamazi Fabrics. And I adore this skirt. I've worn it many times since I made it about 3 weeks ago and I'm very happy with it. So yeah, I hope you like it too. I feel like my voice is really croaky today. I blame the Newcastle match yesterday. For anyone that's interested, we were losing 2-0 and then we won 3-2, so there was a lot of shouting and celebrating going on, hence the voice situation today. Right, so I actually made 4 things in February, which I'm a bit disappointed with, to be honest. I've got 2 things that are sort of partly made but not quite finished off, so really 4 completed items in February, but all 4 of them I'm really happy with, so I'll talk you through them now. The first thing I made was the AK Patterns or Athena Cuckoo Shona top, and I made it in this really beautiful bright blue cotton jersey that came in one of the So Hailey Jane subscription boxes. And it's just a really simple top but really effective, and I actually think the colour really suits me. I wore it in my last video and I really like the colour of it. I think it really suits my, what's the word? I think it really suits my colouring. So I'm happy with that one. It was a really simple make and I'll definitely be making some more of those just as basics to wear under things or with sort of nicer skirts and trousers. The second thing that I made then is my Tilly and the Buttons Nest skirt, and as I was saying, I adore this skirt. It's really striking with those big bold flowers against the dark background. I loved making it. I've made quite a few stretch items recently, so items out of jersey and sweatshirt, lots and lots of jumpers and the Nina Lee South Bank sweater, so lots of quite simple, quick makes, and this was one I could take my time over a little bit more. It was still quick, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like painfully slow, but I really enjoyed the process of making it. It had some sort of trickier techniques in, like the fly front, but there's an amazing video on the Tilly and the Buttons blog which was made by Jenny, who on Instagram is Knitted Yogurt, and she made this wonderful video that explains and shows in detail exactly how to do it. And the instruction booklet itself was enough, but watching that video as well and just seeing it brought to life really helped. And yeah, I just loved the construction of this skirt, and every single time I've worn it, so many people comment on it and ask me about it, so I'm really happy with it. I made it in a straight size 4, which is what I usually go for in Tilly patterns, but because I found that I think it's the way that I like to wear it. I like to wear it really high-waisted, so actually the waist is a little bit big. I do wear a belt with it and really pull it in with the belt, as you'll see, but I think that I might even size down in the waist when I make my next one, and I am planning my next one, and I've got the fabric to show you now, which is this really lovely needle cord from Guthrie and Garney. It is so soft. It's got a little bit of stretch in, not much, but a little bit, and it's just really lovely. The feel of it is just so soft. So yeah, I'm planning on using that to make another nest skirt. I'll make the mini version again, and sorry, I was just throwing that on the floor. Yeah, I'll make the mini version again, but like I said, I think I'll just take the waist in slightly. Maybe not quite a 3. I'm not sure I'd be a 3 at the waist, but I'll see. Maybe hold the pattern pieces against me and see how I get on. But you know, this fits perfectly around the hips and everything, and with a belt to bring the waist in, it looks great. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. If you haven't made one yet, or you haven't got plans to make one, I would highly, highly recommend it. See if some tea can soothe my croaky voice. So I'm drinking the cocoa chai green tea from Sainsbury's, but it's been discontinued and I'm very sad about this fact. So I'm on my last few bags, but I'm trying to space them out so they last me longer. Right, so the third thing that I made in February was, surprise, surprise, a Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress. And I made this using some fabric from Loubidou Fabrics that they kindly sent to me to make a garment with, and just to sort of promote them a little bit, and really to promote our February challenge theme, which was Sewing Floral February. So I chose a lovely floral cotton jersey from Loubidou Fabrics. I loved it. I got 1.5 meters of it sent to me, and I made the Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress. Loubidou are sponsoring our challenge, so every month that they've got fabric that meets the theme, they will be providing a prize for one of the winners, and they're also sponsoring the grand prize at the end. So it's really great to have them involved. If you haven't checked them out already, I'll leave the link below. They've got some really fun jerseys available, and they've started to stock other fabrics as well, so it's not just stretch fabrics. They've got more, sorry, a little shuffle around. They've got other types of fabric available now as well, so go and check them out. I love the Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress. As you know, I've made a few now, and it's just so easy and quick to make, but also comfortable and easy to style. You don't need to think about it too much. Pair of tights, pair of shoes, and you're good to go. Right, my final make of February was for the Minerva Crafts blog. My first time doing the Minerva Crafts blog, and I made the Megan Nielsen Sudley dress. So that's a lovely smock style dress and it comes in a blouse as well. So it's a top or a dress, and I was sent some navy crepe fabric, which when it arrived was a lot lighter weight than I was expecting. I didn't read the description correctly when I ordered it, when I chose it. So it actually was really lightweight and really sheer. So my original plan of making some culottes was out the window, and I'd loved the look of this dress for ages and decided that I would go for this, as it was a lined dress, so it wouldn't matter, I'd be lining it so it wouldn't be see-through. So yeah, I opted for the midnight blue crepe to make my Sudley dress with, which you'll see in the pictures. I lined it with some Rio crepe that I had from Satisfaction that I already owned in a similar shade of blue, so I lined it with that, and I really love the look of this dress. I think I went for a size medium, which perhaps next time I might go for a small, particularly sort of on the bodice and the waist. But I really like the look of it. I love that you can wear it back to front as well, so you can wear it with the keyhole detail at the front, or you can wear that at the back and have the plain front, and then you can wear a really nice necklace or something with it. So yeah, I won't go into any more detail about it now because it will be coming to the Minerva Crafts blog. I think it's going to go up in May, so a little while yet, but yeah, that was my fourth make of the month. Now the two makes that I started but didn't quite finish are both the same pattern, and they are both the Nina Lee Portobello Trousers. So I've had my eye on these for a while, ever since the Stitch Sisters did a pattern review of it, and Rachel and Nikki each made a pair. Very different, they looked very different, they were out of different types of fabric, and I really, really loved them both, particularly Rachel's pair because she made them out of a stretch fabric rather than a woven, and that's what I decided I wanted to do. So the two fabrics that I've got and I've started making my Portobello trousers with are, first of all, this, it's going to be difficult to hold up because I've started making them, but this really lovely crepe fabric from, again, from Satisfaction. It's a triple crepe, I believe, and it's gorgeous black background with all of these different florals and leaves on. So that pair is in the making. I'm at the point where I need to attach the waistband. So these do have some stretching widthways, but non-lengthways. Is that even how you say it? Two-way stretch rather than a four-way stretch. So yeah, looking forward to getting those actually finished so I can start wearing them. And the other pair that I'm making is actually for the Minerva Crafts blog again. So they sent me this fabric and I chose this really lovely black and white ponte. It's quite lightweight for a ponte, but I really, really like it. It's got quite a bit of stretching again, particularly widthways, and they're going to look really, really cool. I can't wait to get them finished. But yeah, again, it's just the waistband that I'm up to, and I think the reason that it's taken me a while to finish them is because I've kind of had to go off-piste a little bit and not follow the pattern instructions, because the pattern is designed for a woven fabric. So the method of attaching the waistband is going to be different, because I don't need to put a zip or button fastening in the back, because they can just stretch on and off. So that's why it's just slightly different, and it's taken me a little bit longer, but I do need to get these finished soon. We're going to New York in April, and I really think that both of these pairs of trousers would be fantastic for wearing in New York, so I definitely want to get them finished before then. Right then, on to my favourite things of the month, or some of my favourite things of the month. I have got quite a few, and I thought I'd just whiz through them. I don't want to take too long and take too much of your time. My favourite book of the month, actually, I read right at the start of February, and it's called The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Now, I'd seen it talked about online. There was quite a bit of hype around this book, and I decided to give it a go, which is unusual for me because it's a different genre to my usual preferred style. I'm very much into psychological thrillers, but I am trying to branch out a little bit more, try and read some different styles of book, and this one was fantastic. I wasn't sure at first. It took me a little while to get into, even possibly up to about 100 pages, and I was thinking, but then it really gripped me and I couldn't put it down. I loved it. It was so complex, trying to follow everything, how the man wrote it. I don't know, it's his first novel as well. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but if we'll put the book cover in here, you'll be able to see who it is. It's his first ever novel, and just incredibly complex plot, but it all came together and it was just unputdownable in the end. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that to everyone. My favourite TV shows of the month, I've got two. One of them is obviously The Great British Sewing Bee. It's back. I think we've seen 4 episodes now. Well, yeah, because I'm filming this on the 10th of March, so there's been 4 episodes now. And yeah, I'm loving it. Really, really enjoying it. Love all of the contestants, in particular Juliet, I think is probably my favourite, but I love it. I love the host, Jo, obviously big shoes to fill, taking over from Claudia, but I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, I look forward to every Tuesday night when I can watch it. The other TV favourite of the month, now I'm very, very late to the party with this one, is Game of Thrones. Now, Game of Thrones has been around for a long time. It's been hyped so much over the years and talked about and bigged up by pretty much everyone, you know, maybe 75% of people, which is a lot. And I did try it when it first started. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes and I just thought, it's just not for me. I don't like it. I can't get into it at all. So I gave up on it. Sam, my husband, continued to watch it and love it. So he'd watched all of the series, I think all 7, I think they'd been. And then because the new and final series is coming up soon, he recently decided he was going to start watching it all from the beginning again, so that he could just remind himself of everything that had happened, but also just to sort of build up the excitement of the new series. And I thought, I'm going to give it a go. You know, I'm a few years older. Maybe my tastes have changed a little bit. Maybe I am going to love it. And sure enough, I absolutely love it. I can't get enough. I really can't. So all of the time I'm like, can we watch another one? Can we watch another one? And Sam works away quite a bit, so he's not always here, and I feel like I can't watch it without him. I like to watch it with him. So whenever Sam is home, we're trying to watch as many as we can. So last night we finished season 3. If any of you watch it, please let me know. Season 3, episode 9. My goodness. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched it. But yeah, what an episode. If you know which one I'm talking about, comment down below, but don't give anything away. No spoilers. My favourite character so far, I think, has to be Daenerys Targaryen, or Khaleesi as she's known. And she's just wonderful. She's such a fierce, badass woman, and I love her. I love her fashion sense as well. So, fashion sense, I'm sure it's not fashion sense in Game of Thrones, but the way she dresses, sort of getting inspired by the way she dresses a little bit. I'm thinking, maybe I could make something a little bit Khaleesi style. That sounded really bad. Right, let's move on from that. So yeah, I don't think I'll get up to where I need to be ready for the new series starting, but hopefully it won't be long. I've got another 4 series to watch before the new one comes out. Right, my favourite music of the month is possibly going to be one that a few people, or maybe a lot of you, haven't heard of, but hopefully I'm introducing something new to your ears. And it's a band called Rusty Shackle, and they are sort of folky, indie, just brilliant. But yeah, they describe themselves as indie folk. They're a band from Wales and they're just fantastic. We discovered them at a folk festival called Cambridge Folk Festival a few years ago. We saw them 2 years ago at another folk festival in Sidmouth in the south of England, and then in February we went to see them on their new album tour. Now, they weren't playing anywhere really locally to us, so we went for a weekend away with 2 of our very best friends, and we saw them in a place called Doncaster. I'm not sure if many of you will know where Doncaster is, but yeah, northern England, but south of Newcastle, obviously. So yeah, we went down to Doncaster to see them, and it was just such a fun weekend. The gig itself was fantastic. You know, they're really lovely guys. We chatted a lot to them afterwards, and it was just really good fun. Lots of dancing, lots of singing. It was just really brilliant. So yeah, they've got a new album out, which I'll show you, which we bought at the gig. It's called The Raven, the Thief and the Hangman. So it's a concept album. It's really interesting. So if you give that a listen, trying to get it in shot. If you give that a listen, let me know what you think. But yeah, they've got other albums out. They've got 3 other albums, and all of them are really, really fantastic. I think their album called The Bones is my favourite, but yeah, all of them are great. So I'll link them down below and you can go and check them out and see what you think. Nearly there. Right, my favourite podcast of the month. I love podcasts. I'm really into listening to them, and I like listening to them when I'm sewing. I was always very much a watch YouTube while I'm sewing, but actually I'm finding that that's distracting me a bit too much. I'm a bit slow with my sewing because I'm focused on the YouTube video, so I've taken to listening to podcasts instead. And my favourite one of recent weeks has to be a podcast called Off Menu, and that is hosted by Ed Gamble and James Acaster, who are 2 comedians. Now, James Acaster is one of my favourite comedians. He's absolutely hilarious. If you don't know who he is, please go and check it out. But their podcast is basically based around a dream restaurant. So they invite guests on, a different guest every week, and ask them what they would eat for their dream meal. Now, each element of the meal, starter, main course, dessert, drink, it can be from anywhere in the world, from any restaurant. It can be from a specific restaurant that they've tried something. It can be, you know, it doesn't have to flow as a meal, it doesn't all have to match with each other, but it's just absolutely hilarious. It's really interesting. I love food myself, so I love listening to it for that, but it's just so funny. I really highly recommend you going and giving that a listen. Oh, only 3 more things. Right, my favourite YouTube of the month has been, it's been difficult to choose this one actually, but I'm going to go for the Stitch Sisters. Now, I've talked about them before. I love the Stitch Sisters, I love their videos, I love their friendship, it's lovely. They really inspire me and I find them really engaging to watch. They're funny, they're just lovely people, and they know their stuff, which is great. But earlier in the year, January, they kind of disappeared from YouTube and Instagram because they were so busy working on their online classes that they've set up. Now, that's all launched. It launched, I think, on the 1st of February. So now, February, they spent getting back to YouTube, so I was over the moon. They've put lots of videos out recently. So they've started this new series where they talk about everything they've loved that week, and I really like that style of the video, as you can tell from this little section I've put at the end of mine. So yeah, I'm really enjoying watching them again and having them back on my screens. So I'm sure you all know who they are already, Rachel and Nikki, but I will link them below if you haven't seen their channel. My favourite Instagram page of the month has to be Victoria Smith, and her Instagram account is dancebaby412. Now, quite a lot of people have been talking about her recently because I feed and I put her pictures, everything. It's just inspiring, it's creative, it's fun. She makes the most beautiful clothes but styles them really well. The pictures she takes are fantastic. She does like dancing videos, and I just love everything she posts. I'm going to put a little picture in of possibly my favourite make of hers recently, which is a dress that she entered for our Sewing Floral February challenge, and it was the Paper Cut Patterns Meridian dress, and I'm sure you'll agree it's just absolutely stunning. She also has a YouTube channel which is great, so again I'll link everything below, you can go and check her out. My voice is really starting to struggle now, so I'm going to say the last thing, and it's completely random. I don't even know how to categorise this item, but my random favourite of the month is our new Hoover. We were struggling a bit with pet hair because we've got two gorgeous little cats, but they do get hair everywhere. The house cats, so they're in all of the time. They play obviously a lot in the house, and every surface, every carpeted area was just covered in cat hair. So then when I'm trying to cut fabric out and things like that on the floor, it's not ideal. So we did have a good Hoover, but I felt like we needed something more. So I did a little bit of investigation work online. The most highly recommended Hoover out there was the Shark. So Sam was away at the time actually. I sent him a message and said, please can we get a new Hoover? This one's really fantastic. I found it for a special offer, £100 less than it should be. It's great for pet hair, can we go for it? And he said of course. So ordered it, it arrived the next day, and oh my gosh, it's just wonderful. So it's the cordless one, so you charge it up. It is specifically designed for pet hair. It's also pink, it has headlights on. It's just amazing. Hopefully, I'm going to put a silly little video of me using it in here. We shall see. But yeah, it's just great. The amount that it can contain in the waste, what's it called? Section? Pot? Container? The plastic bit where all the muck goes. It's not very big, so you need to change it quite often, but it's not a difficult task, and it's just the best Hoover ever so far. There may be a better one in the future, but at this point in time I've loved using it, and it's made hoovering the stairs so easy. You just disconnect this stick and you've just got the handheld bit and you're away. So yeah, again, let me know if you have a Shark Hoover. It's brilliant. I would recommend it. You know, you might think it's a little bit pricey, but worth it. So I think I have waffled enough today. That's everything. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope maybe some things have inspired you. You might go and check out Rusty Shackle. You might go and listen to Off Menu. You might go and buy a new Hoover. Or you might just like some of the clothes that I've made, and hopefully they have inspired you to sew something new this month. So thank you for watching, thank you for all of your support. This last week I actually hit and surpassed 1,000 subscribers, so that was awesome. Thank you everyone, and thank you for continuing to watch my videos and send me lovely comments. I'll be back very soon with another video, but for now, thank you and goodbye. Happy sewing. Hey man, this fluffy bit is doing my head in. Hopefully Sam will cut that out.